Hello friends, this is Robert West. Welcome back to the show. In this video, we're going to talk about the negative implications of the hostage release, specifically the hostages that weren't released, meaning the several deceased ones. But before we start, just want to thank all the new viewers to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Feel free to comment, like, share. All right, let's get into this topic. So while there's elation for the families of the 20 living hostages, there's some serious frustration for the families of the deceased hostages. Only 4 deceased hostages were released. There's many more that are deceased that have not been released. And there's some information that indicates that possibly, the families will never get the bodies back for a number of reasons. The main one being that no one seems to know what happened to many of these hostages, whether the captors were killed, disappeared. There was attacks, and in those attacks, the hostages and their captors were killed. So while it's a great day for many people who received their living relatives back, it's a very somber day for the ones that didn't receive their family members back, even the ones that are deceased, because to this day, they still can't bury them. Now, will this type of peace last? It's highly unlikely. There's already reports that Hamas has reasserted control over certain areas of Gaza, which was one of the things that was not going to be allowed under the under this peace plan, this 20-point peace plan. So they probably do not want to give up power. They do not want to disarm. They do not want to blend into society. So while people are hopeful, and many people are hopeful, it just doesn't look like, at least at this point, that real peace is going to be happening. Ceasefire, there might be a ceasefire. There might be a pause to hostilities. But if the same exact situation, which got the parties to this point, continues, ceasefire won't hold, and the Israelis will reassert full control over Gaza, and this is going to be one of these forever wars that, you remove 1,000 and there's 2,000 to take their place. So there's a lot of work to do. Personally, we've seen many things come out of the Middle East before, and this is one of those things that I just don't believe that that it's going to lead to any kind of lasting peace. And the main reason is simply, I don't think the parties are in position for that at this point in time. They're just not. On the Palestinian side, you've got division. Let's just call it that. Division on who's gonna run things. They haven't worked that out yet. They don't speak with a unified voice. This is the problem with setting up a Palestinian state, is that, you have to have one entity that speaks for all the Palestinian people, and you don't have that yet. Maybe someday you will, but at this point, it's not there. On the Israeli side, you do have a hard right government that absolutely does not want to create a Palestinian state in any way, shape, or form. So they're going to be fighting it. You've got an embattled prime minister who's indicted and who will have to answer some charges, some corruption charges in Israel eventually. He also is, I believe he's wanted at The Hague for certain war crimes. So with the situation with both parties, I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. You can be surprised, I would just say expect the worst, hope for the best. Trump claimed that the war is over. I'm not sure I believe that. Matter of fact, I know I don't believe that. And one thing about Trump is he gets bored real easy. So when things don't go real smooth, it's kind of his pattern to just kind of pull the heck out and let things, whatever goes on. So, like I said, sad day for many families. For the 20 families of the living hostages, it was a good day. For the Palestinians, about 2,000 were released. Out of the 2,000, there was a couple hundred of them were convicted terrorists. Not a great idea to be letting them back out. There's nothing to indicate that these people will not be causing trouble again. So not an easy situation at all, but we'll just have to watch and see what happens. But if I was a betting person, I would bet the ceasefire eventually fails and the conflict will continue. So at least until the Palestinians speak with one voice and get some type of government into Gaza that's not going to be led by Hamas. So, all right, friends, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. Hope you're having a good day. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please do so. Doesn't cost anything. Feel free to comment, like, share. What do you think? You think this piece will last? You think, or you think they're going to go back to doing the same thing they've been doing for years? Let me know. See you in the next video.